Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Daniel. FUBO? Let me check that out. Yeah, this is like the first time it went over the 90 EMA on the daily chart. So we might see like a 200 EMA test at $25. I'll keep that on watch. Okay, so let's see. Afmd is also running. Had a nice daily breakout on this. It's getting a little bit extended. But if this reclaims VWAP, it might give us a long signal. We need to hold like $10 support. Something like this. I put a price there at 10. And if this goes over a $10, it can set up for a long play. 10x. Gene. Gene had like a micro inverted cup and handle from this little push here. and then break. Sohu looks decent. Oh, you short Gene? Nice. How'd it go? Yeah, Gene, I think this was a decent spot here. It's still extending on the 15-minute chart, but I think it's gonna take some time. 550 to 510. Yeah, that's probably around the spot that I would probably take too. Nice. It hit the 5-minute there, so good, good target. So it probably would bounce off this 5-minute chart. Like if it's really weak, it'll probably just crash here, but the 5-minute chart probably need a correction to the upside. You have this 2 red candle, tested the 5 minutes, so it's gonna have like a small bounce. Maybe later we'll have a few more candles here, and then there'll be like the inverted cup and handle on the 5-minute chart. You could probably short that down to the 15-minute chart, which is at 480s. Still extended there. It's not going to be for another like 10 minutes. See how this reacts. It could still like reclaim VWAP and flag on the 5-minute chart. Oh yeah, that's pretty expensive. It's like 0.8 cents a share. 0.08. Yeah, FUBO's getting extended. Starting to create this. But the risk reward is not worth it, and I don't like the wicks. So AFMD, I got an alert. It went above 10 again. AFMD. So if this gets a push over here and holds 10 as support, I'll probably look for a long play here. But it'll need a few consolidation candle. It needs to hold $10. Right now it's failing to hold 10. Just got rejected there. So we need to wait for that 10 confirmation before any longs. So I'm gonna just reset my alert here at 10 since that got triggered. So Tenx has this kind of 15-minute inverted cup and handle forming. The hourly chart is down at 190. So it has this trend line right now. It's respecting this trend line, so I'll probably watch for it to break. So maybe one more test of this trend line, a lower high here. I'll probably take it short. It's gonna be a 15-minute break of the inverted cup and handle there. So I'll probably look for, if it gets below 209, I'm gonna set an alert so I don't forget about it. So 210. So it'll need to do this and a price short. If it creates a lower high here, it would probably try to break over VWAP and try to do something else, but yeah. Gene. So Gene is still consolidating here. I think if it consolidates a little longer, maybe 5 more minutes. If it breaks here, it's going to be a little too early. But 5 more minutes of consolidation is going to be a bear flag. PRTK. Yeah, it's surging, but it's not too extended. It bounced off the 5-minute. It's holding the 5-minute trend. I mean, it's not too extended in respect to the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute's at $8 here. The 1-minute is at 830s. But if it does set up something, it could be a quick trade to the 5-minute chart. It is hitting some daily resistance. You got a few resistance level here at around 850s. All right, let's even get a bounce here. All right, so no bounce. Yeah, so this is correctly a little too far, so I don't think the risk reward is going to be worth it for this. 818. So 829. 10-cent risk to make 20 cents. I mean, it's not too bad, but 818 is the break, but it's a little too spready. 6-cent spread, and the target is 20 cents, so the spread is high in respect to the risk and reward. But the 818 break, yeah, there's the 818 break. Yeah, I don't really trust this one, but it might get a correction towards $8. GOVX. Oh yeah, GOVX looks like a bit extended here. I don't have any borrows though. No locates. If you have locates, it'll probably look good. Right now, it looks like it's gonna push higher. I don't like the wicks when it try to go below the 90 MA. These type of wicks tell me there's dip buyers, like strong dip buyers. So it might go a little bit. It might go one more leg higher, and then maybe you could look for a short later. But if it is extending on the 5-minute chart. Oh yeah, I see now it's slowly catching up. Yeah, you can see like these wicks, every time I push below, there's like strong dip bars in here. I think it's probably going to be pretty hard to time. I think there's a lot of dip bars, it might trap short and grind a little higher. Yeah, I don't like that action. It'll be tricky too short, for sure. Yeah, so you can see those wicks. Dip bars are holding it up. Yeah, I'll probably avoid this shorting for now until it gets more extended. I think it's gonna have another leg up from all these wicks. It's gonna trap a lot of shorts. Yeah, you can see here it tried to go below the 90 EMA, it broke prior low and it held. So probably some shorts try to short there, and it's gonna probably squeeze a little higher. Keep on. So Gene actually broke down there. So GOVX broke high of day by a penny so far. But I'll probably just wait until it gives a clear signal. Right now, these 9 EMA break has wicks, so people are like dip buying into this. So we still have buyers in there. Oh, Sohu had a nice fail flag, missed it. So there's like this flag line. You can see it broke there, premature, and potentially it inverted cup and handle somewhere here. It's on the 15-minute chart, so it might bounce. So FUBO is getting extended here. You might get a trade on this soon. CLC, CELC. So CELC is testing the 90 EMA right now on the 1 minute. So we might get a cup and handle play if ideally this kind of consolidate, retest the 5-minute and 15-minute chart, and sets up later in like 30 minutes. Any movement here is going to be too early. I think he's going to do like inverted cup and handle, retest 5-minute and 15-minute chart, and if it holds, creates a higher low, and then does some play over this, maybe in 30 minutes to an hour, and then it could probably break 5 days later. It'll look good. GOVX. So GOVX is push high day for a penny there. And it looks like it could be a cup and handle here, inverted cup and handle. But the high is right now is okay, yeah. So no signal there. So that's not a lower high. So if it formed a lower high here, that would have been the trigger. But it went higher, so it's not a lower high anymore. FUBO, 5 minutes at 23.31s, 23.76 here. You got increase in the red bar here. Red bar volume. It's gonna need a 2-minute bounce here. Yeah, GOVX, I don't have any shorts, but it can probably set up soon. If it breaks high day by a penny or two each time, that's, let me say, it's exhausting in buyers. Yeah, I don't have any locates on GOVX. FUBO. FUBO, I do have locates. Yeah, GOVX no lower high still, so no trigger on GOVX. So, alright, so if this gives a lower high here, so it's going to be a 10-cent risk. Alright, so that's not a lower high. So it's going to go higher. This lower high looks like it's too high. So we're probably gonna wait for FUBO to exhaust some buyers here. Yeah, I feel like this partner can give a setup. It's probably just gonna be a red candle all the way down. But I'm gonna see how it reacts towards this high. You do have 50-cent downside here if you want to short and risk high of day. But I'm gonna wait until it has a lower high somewhere. Yeah, so there's the high of day break again. Just gonna wait. Yep. No lower high there. So just gonna wait patiently. So it's probably gonna go parabolic here. If you can see the increase in volume. So I think it's almost towards its end. Squeezing out the early shorts that's trying to pick the top. So the next 5 minutes is going to be at 25.60s. Yeah, so I think 25 would be a probably good spot for a resistance level here. That's where the 200 EMA is, the daily 200 EMA. You also have some resistance at like 26 area on the daily and 25s. All right, so the 5-minute candle here is 23.56. So let's see what it does here now. Yeah, GOVX keeps squeezing higher. No lower high yet on GOVX, so be careful there. This probably looks like not a good day for shorts, or at least the shorts that just go in early, or the shorts that just shorten the open and then try to hold for a fade. Everything today looks like it's trending higher. PRTX, PRTK looks pretty interesting. So the 5-minute chart looks like it's ready for a correction to the 15-minute chart if it breaks. Yeah, FUBO, I'm just gonna keep on the side. But PRTK, if it breaks out here, it doesn't go anywhere like this, and then a lower high, I'm probably gonna take that short. Okay, so maybe this was the trend line that I just drew. It just broke there. Yeah, that's probably the spot there. Give a lower high here. So I missed the spot there, so I mean I can probably still get on the ask. But this one looks like it's gonna go to 770s. Oh, tricky. Yeah, in the 5-minute chart, it does have a few red candles. So maybe, I think maybe 2 more candles, or 1 more, at least 1 green candle, and then a break. PRTK. Or a attempted flag break here. Like you would try to break this flag but doesn't go anywhere. It's another spot. But yeah, that was like a new low here, but I think someone just like bought a bunch there. So no trades today yet. GOVX still squeezing higher. It is way extended now. The 5 minutes at 560. So if it gives a bounce here, I don't have any locates, but if you do have locates, like right here for like 593 break. Yeah. Like almost every time it tries to goes below the 90 EMA, there's this wick. So it's a little dangerous. Let's see what else. So AFMD, it tried it tried to break 10 a few times there and it failed. Looks like it's gonna probably fade off today. Can't hold above 10. Tenx attempted to hold overview while also failed to hold. 15-minute chart has a inverted cup and handle. This one might start to fade as well. I think if it retests this trend line around 210 and bounce in lower high, I'll probably take that short, risking probably higher there. There's a huge trend line here that is respecting. So like one more bounce off this trend line, lower high to risk off of, and then the break of that trend line to the hourly chart, like 190, where TNX it already attempted a few corrections here on the upside. So it couldn't hold, so I think sellers there's going to be, or buyers there's going to be sellers when it breaks this trend line. So I'll probably create, alright, so I do have a 210 alert here. Set an alert, I'll probably raise this up to 211. I got an alert for below. If it goes below 211, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. So GOVX finally broke below the 90 EMA there, so we probably see a 560 test. But didn't really give like a clean setup. Probably give like some micro inverted cup and handle from these wicks, but a little tricky. FUBO still getting extended here. Yeah, it tapped pretty much almost 25 there. I actually want to see this one more squeeze off 25. Like a 25 squeeze, and it probably fell maybe, and then a inverted cup and handle, like one more 25 squeeze. Like you can see there's increase in volume. So there's definitely shorts getting squeezed out. Yeah, I don't know if you're a long buyer. I don't think they're chasing this high. I think it's just shorts being squeezed out. So I want to see like a squeeze in 25, and then it's gonna probably be like a huge green candle, and then maybe a rejection, like a doji on 25. But if it just sets up here, so if it does this, I'll probably take it as well. So there's a tap on the 9 EMA. Is that 25? 24.57. I feel like this has one more squeeze over 25 before it crashes. Alright, so let's see if this puts a lower high. So this lower high would be 24.80 right now. Cup line is 24.57. It's gonna be a 23-cent risk. Potential target is like 70 cents. But I feel like this has one more leg in it. Yeah, so here it's trying. Yeah, definitely the action right now It's probably gonna try to squeeze over 25. So don't get in front of this. So this 25 is probably gonna be like a huge green candle or red candle. But this should squeeze out a lot of those early shorts. Alright, so there's the 25 push. So let's see if we get a doji candle, right? So it's gonna be like a doji. Be like sign of rejection. Yeah. I'll be careful because I felt like there was another squeeze here, like a 25 rejection. Like if it fails to hold 25 here, then I think it'll fall apart. So that green candle was, I guess, equal to the last few. Still no trade today. I do have to hop off early today, maybe in 30 minutes. So let's see if we can get something later. Still trailing higher. Sohu. So I think 26 is the level. Definitely just trending this 90 EMA on the 1 minute chart. So it broke over 200. I think you'll have some resistance at 2580s. At 26. Yeah, 2580 to 26. All right. So let's see what our levels here are at. So 5 minutes at 24. It's at 29. Yeah, I think the higher the better. But here it's starting to get a bigger red candle here. I don't know. This is probably non-stop. Yeah, I feel this is probably gonna go higher, to be honest. I won't take this early. You have to wait for like a perfect setup. This two candles. Give it 2 candles of lower high. And then you can short. I'm not gonna take any short of this. But it might not give us a setup. Like from all this trending that's happening. I feel like it's probably not gonna give us a setup. It's probably just gonna wipe down and not give us a lower high. All right, so that's a good start. So let's see if this gives a lower high now. So the 5 minute is at 24.27, just like 80 cents. Yeah, so they didn't give a lower high there. Yeah. Okay, so it's probably gonna fall apart now, but it didn't give us a setup, so. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. It's just gonna fall apart and not give us a setup. Tough luck. Alright, let's watch something else. Yeah, the way I trade is very particular, so if something like this happened, I'd probably just avoid it. I mean, you could probably short. It'll probably give you some opportunity later, maybe a small bounce. But it was going to be the 5 minute short. Right now, I think the correction is going to be to the 5 minute chart. And then maybe something later, like a trend break here to the 15-minute chart. It's going to be a bear flag. So this cup line is here. Yeah, the risk reward is not worth it anymore. At least to the 5 minute chart. I feel like this still has holding power. I don't think this has enough emotion to the downside. Usually we'll probably see bigger red candles. But it looks like it's just profit taking. It's not real sellers. I feel like this probably after a test of 5 minutes is going to trend higher to $26. That's what we have here. Sohu. So PRTK end up just consolidating and gonna test the 15-minute chart from this consolidation. So Gene broke the 5 minute chart with a bear flag, trending higher or trending lower. PRTK, yeah, this is going down. AMRS. So AMRS, the 15-minute is extended. It broke higher day here with two large green candles. And the 5 minute looks like it's extended on the 15-minute chart. Let's see, so this looks... It's also hitting the daily 9 EMA resistance above, around 18. Right here, this green line. So right now it attempted a flag break and failed. So looks to me like a short to me for this AMRS. So I haven't taken a trade yet, but I might take one soon. If this puts a lower high, So this gives a bounce. Okay, maybe it doesn't give a bounce there. Let's see if it gives a bounce somewhere. So it gives a bounce here. I'll probably take this break. 1758 break. If it gives a bounce maybe to 65 and give us like a 6-cent risk. And then we can short this inverted cup and handle. The 15-minute is extended, so all the way down to 1720s. And the 5-minute might set up something. But looks like it's... I want to bounce. This might be the trend line break, so I think early shorts are taking that trend break. But a bounce here would be good. So on the 5-minute chart, you can see it was a little bit extended, so a small bounce here would be good. It attempted a 1-minute flag or 5-minute flag right here, and it failed. So this means no less buying volume. So it might be exhausted of buying power. So I'm gonna look for a short. If it gives a lower high here. Alright, so there's the bounce. So let's see if this becomes the lower high. So that bounce was 1764. So if this becomes the lower high, I'm gonna take the 1758 break short. So it broke two trend lines here, one big trend line and a small trend line here. So this high is now 1766. So it hasn't fully tested the 5-minute yet, but I'm hoping that it'll just crack through it. So it's going to be a 8-cent risk now. So I might start a starter size here. Let's see what it does here first. So I started a little early there, but I'm risking the 1766. I'll probably add more for the 1758 break. Since this lower high is starting to form here. And if it breaks the 1758, I'm thinking it probably cracks through the 5-minute chart as well. But if it ends up holding a higher low here, I'm going to take that 1766 stop on my starter size. So two things can happen. This is going to confirm a lower high, or it does like a semi higher low here and breaks the 1766. And in that case, it can go higher. Probably try break this flag. So you see, so let's see what it does here. So 1758. So the 5-minute is down here. So the 5-minute hasn't been tested yet. So it might get defended. And what is the float on this? Alright, so I'm probably to stop out for my early short here if the 1766 break. So the 15-minute chart has caught up a little bit to 1730s. Yeah, so I think it's probably gonna stop me out. 1766 break, I'll probably take that and look to re-enter later. I think I'll probably squeeze some early shorts and then probably bounce on the 5-minute chart, and maybe that spot will be here later. I might have went in a little too early, but I think the spot is probably like in 10 minutes. Alright, so there's a squeeze. I'm just gonna take it off there. $32 loss. Small loss. It's just a starter size. So sometimes I would start a little early there and take the same stops and then add for the confirmation for the 1758 break. So that didn't happen. It actually curled a little higher. So I took the 1767 stop there for $32. It's just a small loss, but I think it's probably gonna have one more in it off this. If it fails and retest the 5-minute chart, I think this is probably the spot. So I do go long. It does work, but sometimes those are pretty heavy. I do go long. If you watch my monthly recap, like 80% of my winning like in February and January were on the long side. In this market condition, I don't see any long setup. Usually I trade a flag break, things that are up. So like this could have been maybe a setup that maybe would have worked. So like prior resistance becomes support here, and then you buy the flag break. So this would have been like, you know, an area maybe I would have bought, but it's overextended. Let's see what else. So maybe like this as well. In this FUBO, maybe in the early morning. You got like a fail flag here. So this fail flag was a little too early, so you probably have to extend it afterwards. And then maybe this spot for like the invert cup and handle. So I do go long from time to time, but I haven't seen you know, those setups too often in the past month, this last month. Yeah, so FUBO looks like it's gonna go higher to 26. Like I mentioned, it's probably just gonna the way that's selling off, there's not a lot of emotion to it. You should see a big red candle from like this grind up. So it was just like grind up and then slowly grind down. So this is just profit taking. So it's not like selling emotions. So it's not it's probably gonna go higher. Normally if something grinds like this, we should see a big red candle and then you consolidate and then another red candle. But yeah, the way it's trading is just grinding. Probably trapping shorts. So what did I traded? AMRS. Okay, so I'm gonna try this again. So this was the squeeze that I mentioned, and probably will set up something like this later. And it looked like the fail flag that would squeeze me out, but I want to be conservative and just stop out there. So this was another fail flag. Let's see if it bounced off the 1758 level again. I'll look for it short. So this one is 1759 for this low here. Let's see if it gives a bounce. One more bounce, kind of similar to what it did here. But this time we have a fail flag on the 5 minute, and the 5 minute slowly caught up. So a bounce here would be a break of this cup line as well as the 5 minute. So it looks like it's, I mean, it's okay if it tests the trend line as well. It's at 1754. But the reason why I'm more short bias after a fail flag is because you have a small volume here on the long side. So you got people that buy long here, but it's definitely not a long setup because it's extended on the 15-minute chart. So you have buyers that steps in there, but not knowing that the 15-minute is just way out there. So the 15-minute needs a correction before it goes higher. So long buyers that are buying on this extension, it's going to stop out. Small volume there on this breakout, and then they'll probably get stopped. And that would trigger more shorts and trigger the stock to go back down to the 15-minute chart. So right now it is bouncing on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it might not give us a setup if it just continues to just fall apart here. So it's the Sohu chart looks a little interesting if we can consolidate a little longer. So Sohu, so you have this 1940 on Sohu level. Right now it's being supported. How's FUBO? Yeah, FUBO, there's no setup there, I don't like it. Thanks, Adelie. Pretty slow action today. Don't see anything. CLVR. What's this? 12. 1193. Got some extension here. Okay. I was a little late there to the party, but 1212 was the trigger there, risking 1219. $11.90 is the target. ODT. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on a new indicator. Probably gonna work on an indicator, tells me the risk reward from maybe the last 2 candles. The low of this candle, the low of the last 4 candles, and the high of the last candle. Calculate that distance and then get the ratio of the 5-minute distance, just so I can have a quick risk to reward calculation there. That will help. You can see on top of here, I created an indicator where I can put an amount, say I'm risking $200, like max loss is 200. And you can see these purple line, it's purple line, red line, and it indicates these are the color code. So if I wanted to short on the red line, risking this high, that's the red line from the last 3 highs, that would be 1,800 shares for a $200 loss. And then the purple line would be they're all $200 losses because this is wider. So it's going to be this stop. This red line is this stop. And then I have the green line and red is buying for longs. It's going to be on the long side. But it's not going to work right now because it's the low is equal to the risk. So it will work for like this one. So you can see the green ones down here. So I would buy $900 or 900 shares, and that would be a $200 loss if I bought now. So it's always changing, but so this will be a $200 loss if I'm risking this low. 600 shares for a $200 loss here, or 900 shares for a $200 loss there. So I think to kind of complement this, I probably need a risk reward calculator. Help me identify quicker. Yeah, AMRS looks like it's pushing higher. It's pretty dirty. CORV, quick wash, recovered. Dirty moves all around. FUBO ended up kind of just slowly grinding back down to the 15, but don't like that action. Yeah, I don't see anything else here. Just had one trade today for $32 loss. Small red. Don't see anything else interesting out there. Probably gonna just sign off. I have to interview someone today, so okay. Maybe AMRS. I don't know. I'll just watch this offline. Don't see anything else. Alright, thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe and like button to support the channel. And I'll see you guys next week. Alright, bye.